Hey everybody, so today I'm going to be showing you how you can create an event for your organization and get involved. So first you want to go to the organization that you want to create an event for underneath your memberships. And once you click into there, you'll go into Manage Organization and then over to the left-hand side to your toolkit and select Events. And then you'll be able to create an event and put in all of your event details in this location. So event title, a description, you can choose additional organizations who may be co-hosting the event in this location. So this could be an organization that's helping to either sponsor your event or to help plan and run your event. So all you do is search for that organization name and it'll appear in the drop-down menu below. And you're able to add as many co-hosts as you like, which is really cool. So once your event has been approved, your event not only appears on your organization webpage, but all of your co-hosts' organization web pages as well. And if the group you're looking for as a co-host doesn't appear in the drop-down menu, that's because that organization doesn't have a page on Get Involved yet, so you won't be able to add those people, unfortunately. But you will be able to add any organization that does appear in the drop-down menu below. And then you'll be able to add in the date, time, and location, of course. And what's cool with location is when you click Add Location, you can choose whether or not you want to add a map. So that way people can search for it on Google Maps and be able to find the exact location easily. So this is great if it's an on-campus event that's open to the entire community outside of SUNY Potsdam. So that way you'll be able to add in the address of the school and make sure people know where they're going. But if this was an on-campus event that was just for SUNY Potsdam students, faculty, and staff, it's a lot easier to prefer not to show a map because the map doesn't give locations of specific buildings on campus or specific room numbers, so it's easier just to type in that location name in that instance. And then another cool thing is if this event is the same event but happening over the course of multiple dates, times, and in multiple locations, instead of having to create a separate event for each of those, you're able to just add in another date, time, and location. And you can add as many as needed. And then the site will just create a separate event for each of those differing dates, times, and locations. And then you can select your privacy settings. So for here, what anyone in the world means is that anybody will be able to see your event regardless of whether or not they can log in to get involved, regardless of whether or not they have a SUNY Potsdam account. And this setting is great for showing your event to prospective students. So if you want people who are interested in SUNY Potsdam to be able to see your event and learn more about your club or organization, it's really handy. But if you wanted your event to really just be limited to SUNY Potsdam students, faculty, and staff, then you would just set it as students and staff that get involved. Or if you're having an event just for your organization members, you could also set that as well, which is really nice. And then you're able to choose your RSVP settings. So if your event really needed those RSVPs, you could set it to anyone, and you could even limit the number of available spots if there were a limited amount of people who were allowed to attend, and you can choose that number here. And you could even show the remaining RSVP spots if you wanted to get that out there. But if your event didn't really care about the RSVPs, you didn't really need to know that information, you could just select no one. And another cool thing for events is you can select themes, categories, and perks for your event. So for themes, you can select one, and these have a wide range. It ranges from art to music, to athletics, to social, so you're able to select the one that best classifies your event. But if you feel that the theme doesn't really classify the entirety of what your event is offering and what your event is about, you're able to select categories and perks as well. So for categories, you're able to select more than one, and we are able to add in more categories. So if you see a category on this list, if you have a category that isn't included on this list and you want it to be included, feel free to contact the Campus Life office and we can talk through some of your ideas. And you're able to choose more than one here. So if you had an event that was arts and music, but also social and health and wellness, you can choose as many as best classify your event. And you're also able to select perks, which is really cool because people are allowed to search by free food and free stuff, which is really cool for promoting what your event is offering and stuff. So you're able to submit as many as apply. So if we were going to an event that's already created, just an example, If we went to Emerging Leaders Potsdam Appreciation Week, Student Appreciation Day, you're able to see how the event submission process works. So you put in your title, we have our theme set, our description. We don't have any organizations who are co-hosting, so we just left this blank. We added in our date, time, and location, and since this is an event that's only happening the one time, we just kept it at the one date, time, and location. We're going to show this to anyone in the world so people can learn more about emerging leaders. We set our categories and perks, and then no one can RSVP because that doesn't really matter for this event. And then we'll click next. And once you get through all of that basic information, you can also add in a nice cover photo for your event to really make it personalized. And if we go to the home page to events, you'll see that this cover photo is displayed along with your event title when people go to search for events. So it's a really nice way to make your event more personalized and draw more attention to your event. If you don't have a photo you can use for your event, the site will create one for you, but it's always better to add in the personal photo for that personal touch. So then we'll hit next, and then there's just a little bit more information that you'll need to provide. So you'll need to provide the EMS confirmation number. It's very important that your space has already been reserved through EMS prior to submitting your event on Get Involved, just so we know that the space has been reserved for the event and we're not false advertising. And then just providing whether or not there's a cost for the event, and if so, indicating the amount in the text box below. So that way, when we go to search for events, if we search for Potsdam Appreciation Week, our Student Appreciation Day is right here, and we're able to click into the event and see all of the details that we provided. And it's nice because when you click into event, you see not only the host organization who's putting on the event, but you're able to see other events that are hosted by that organization as well. And if you have a co-host, the co-host name will appear here too, and then other events hosted by them will also appear down here. So it's really nice for promoting all of the events being hosted by those groups. And another cool thing is if you are the creator of an event and these details change, like your date or time changes for the event, or the event ends up getting canceled, you're able to go into Manage Event. And that way, you're able to change the details in this location and cancel the event. One thing to note is if you do end up changing the details, your event will have to go through the submission process again and will need to be reapproved. So you'll have to keep that in mind, that there might be a delay in the time of those details being changed. So if we go to events, I'll show you how you can search by those themes, categories, and perks as well. So you're able to just select as many themes as you would like, and all of the events that have those themes will appear. And you're also able to search by categories as well. So if you want to see all of the events that are art and music and leadership, you could do that too. And even selecting those perks. So what events offer free food and free stuff and also have those categories. So it's really cool. And once we get more events in here, we're going to have more categories and themes that we can search by. So it's really important to start getting your events in the site if you haven't done so already. So yeah, that's how you create an event. Thanks, guys.